And what an exciting afternoon it has been already. Leopards with Byron, elephant with James on foot, and now a couple of very, very sleepy male lions. Now, I'm sure, I have no doubt, that those leopards with Byron were enjoying a bit of resting time under the shade, and our male lions are doing exactly that, fast asleep, and you can see he's very, very hot. He's panting away, although he has managed to find probably the best patch of shade that there is in this particular spot, and I'm actually quite jealous of him. Aren't you, Craig? It would be nice. No, I'm a little bit jealous of that particular spot. They've taken up all of the available shade, and they've left us to sit in the sun. That's okay, though. It is very hot for them, and I'm very, very grateful that I don't have a full mane of hair around my head and my neck to keep me too hot. And Dante, while we watch our lion panting, you want to know why it is he is breathing so fast. And the answer is, first of all, he's hot. And of course, lions can't sweat like we can, so that's one way of cooling down. But if you look at his belly now, you can see that he is quite full. He's got quite a round belly. And that's because these lions have been feeding off a buffalo that they caught, one of them caught 2 days ago. Now, when a lion digests the meat, it produces lots and lots of heat, that breakdown of all of that meat in its stomach, so that makes it hotter than normal. And then, of course, it's got such a full belly that it also pushes up a little bit against the lungs, so they have to take shorter, faster breath. But most of it is because they're trying to cool themselves down. So there's lots of blood vessels around their nostrils and around their tongue, so when they breathe, the cool air blows over them like a breeze. You saw one of the fastest cats that we get out here with Byron. Of course, the fastest cat that we get at all is a cheetah, but a leopard is also very fast, and so is a lion. And we have a question about how fast a lion is. And Luke, you wanted to know how fast a lion is. Very, very fast, but only for a short period of time. So they're basically like the 100-meter sprinters of the bush. They could never run long-distance marathons, but they can probably move as fast enough. Let me try and think of how to put this. So you're looking at just under 60 feet per second at full speed. And go outside afterwards when you're finished with this, and don't disappear, ask your teacher first if you can measure out 60 feet and then count to 1 second. Try and run 60 feet in 1 second, and you'll see just how fast these creatures are. They can move in almost a blink of an eye, but as I said, not really for very long. The lionesses can run a little bit further for a little bit longer because they're not as big and bulky, so they don't get as hot. But for the males, with that big thick head of mane, head of mane, I suppose. Yeah, that works. Now, nothing can sleep as comfortably as a male lion. But Justin, you want to know, do they have any predators? Now, the biggest predator of lions in Africa is, of course, man. Not these lions, though. We're very lucky in where we are, in that these lions are very, very well protected from poachers and from hunters, so we don't have to worry about them here. But the loss of habitat is a big threat to lion populations around the world. And, of course, people who don't around Africa, people who don't understand about lions, perhaps they have farms and they don't want lions to come and eat their cows. That's probably what is the biggest threat to a lion's population. But if you don't count human beings, the biggest predator to a lion is another lion. And by that, I mean a lion that isn't related to them in any way. So these males have fierce territorial battles in order to make sure that they can get a territory. And when they battle like that, they can often kill each other. And while our male lion snoozes away, I think Craig and I are going to go off in search of some shade. While we do that, let's go across to James and something even bigger than a lion. James doing his amazing lion impression. I'm not going to even attempt to follow suit. I hear that James has been telling you all about how elephants sleep with their heads resting up against a tree. I don't have to demonstrate how the lions are sleeping because they're doing a very good job of that all by themselves. However, I think it might be quite fun, since I've only shown you one lion, to prove to you that there are in fact 3 here. There's one that you actually can't see. He's hidden right in there. You see him there? Look closely. Just goes to show, there you can see him panting away around behind the bush. Just goes to show how good their camouflage is. And then there's one a little bit further away that I definitely don't think you'll be able to see. But let's go on a quick journey and have a look around my face. Lexi, you want to know, why do male lions have manes? Now remember how I told you that lions fight and that the biggest danger to a lion is another lion. So a mane is a defense mechanism. So it's all around the very sort of sensitive parts of the body, the neck, the head, the parts that are going to be exposed if a male lion fights with another lion. And because the males tend to do most of the fighting, that's why they have manes but the females don't. And there's also some evidence to suggest that the ladies quite like manes as well. So when they see darker coloured manes, sometimes it looks as though they might be more attracted to those males. But mainly it's for fighting and to keep their heads and their necks protected. Look, there we go, there's one. Hello, boy. Well, you're presenting us with the back of your head. That's not very exciting. Let's go and have a look at the one with his belly up in the air. Here we go. Hello, mister. Do you mind if I squeeze in here? Oh, hold on, boy. It's okay. He's up. He rolled over, cracked a stick, and gave himself a fright. It's all right, mister. It's okay. Now, Jordan, you want to know why it is they eat meat. I'm just going to keep my voice quite low and just stay still so that he can calm down again. That was entirely his own fault, though. He stepped on a stick and gave himself a fright. Jordan, the answer is they have to. So that is what evolution has basically programmed them to do. They've got the teeth for eating meat, their digestive system, and they play a very, very important role out here. Because just think, if we didn't have lions... Here we go, boy. Here we go. That's better. This is Nena, by the way, for those of you who want to know the name of this particular lion, and I think he's beautiful. Jordan, imagine if we didn't have any lions. So imagine there would be no predators if lions didn't, or if we had lions but they didn't eat meat. There'd be no predators, so all of the herbivores would just keep having babies and more babies and more babies and more babies, and then there wouldn't be enough food to feed them all. So lions help to keep a really delicate balance out here to make sure that all of the numbers are kept under control. So it's important that they eat meat. That's what the evolution has taught them to do, and it's part of the way that the world works and balances. There you go, Gabby. You wanted to know whether or not if the lion wakes up and sees me, if he will attack me. And the answer is clearly no. He did wake up and see me, and he's looking right at us. But he doesn't want to attack us at all, and that's because we're not on the menu for these beautiful big cats. Hello, boy. Look how full his belly is. Look how round it is. It's so full of meat. So, Gabby, they don't think of us as food, and they don't think of us as a threat. We're really lucky in that they trust us. So they have no reason to come and attack us at all. So he's not going to jump into the car. He doesn't... Supposedly, the lions don't see the car as a unit. I mean, they don't see individual people. They see the car as a unit. I personally don't believe that. I think that they know that they're human beings in the vehicles, but they know that we're not a threat. And even if I were to get out of the car now, chances are they would run away because it's daytime. However, Kylie, no, you absolutely cannot touch the lions. So they are completely wild, these lions, and if I were to get close enough to touch them, they'd probably try to run away, but if they couldn't run away, they would attack me. They would definitely attack me because they don't want to be touched by a human being. They want to live completely wild. Dogs and cats, we've had years and years to make them pets. Lions are definitely not meant to be pets, and they should never ever be touched or cuddled by human beings. Hey, boy, don't you agree? I think he agrees. He just gave me a look as if to say, absolutely don't touch me. So while he snoozes away, let's go and see whether or not Byron's leopards are any more awake than our lions. Little male lions that are having a really good late afternoon snooze, which was pretty much as I expected, and I hope that as it gets a little bit cooler, roll over. Could you hear the sound he just made? That sigh of not quite. Oh. there's no sign number 2. Big stretches from the so-called kings of the bush. Having a little bit of a tummy rub as well. Oh, beautiful. It's so nice to see 3 of them together once again. I mean, it's been so long since I last saw 3 Birmingham boys gathered together. I'm trying to think when it was. I think the last time I saw it was with Dave during Mara week, when James was in the Mara. But even then, it wasn't all 3 of them together. It was 2 and then 1 separated slightly. And I just wish that we could see all 4 of them gathered once again. And of course, this is how it goes with coalitions once they've established themselves. Now that they are the dominant male lions of this area, they know it, and they have to split up in order to keep the territorial boundaries well patrolled, or effectively patrolled, perhaps is a better way of phrasing it. And I do wish we could see more of all of them together, which is why I'm so hoping that this evening, because there's a good chance that Nena's going to move off and go on his own way, and leave Tino with Mfumo, as is regularly the case. I'm hoping that they might give us a few roars just to end off our sunset safari. And it really is truly beautiful. I mean, the clouds are utterly stunning. Sorry, I got distracted, Craig. I'm sorry. Really, I mean, that sky is just amazing. Deep purple and very, very quiet. Now, for our newer viewers, I think we've gone into a lot of depth when it comes to the Birmingham Boys and the fact that there are 4 of them that belong to this coalition. And I'm relatively certain that they come together and move apart more often than we realize. Probably regularly, not every night, but on a relatively regular evening basis. And we backwards and forwards, and then they move off again and split away. Biting flies. Sorry, that reaction might have seemed a bit extreme, but one of them earlier... Stay away. One of them earlier managed to get under my sandal and bit me on the sole of the foot, which I thought was pushing it a little bit. That is just not on. Once they bite you, it's really, really itchy. Now I've got an itchy sole to my foot while I'm driving. That was why I'm reacting in a somewhat extreme manner to the biting stable flies. And you can imagine what it's like being a lion. One of the reasons that these boys would come together and patrol their territories if there was any risk of another coalition or another group of males coming in to pressurize their territorial boundaries. But what they won't necessarily do is come together to hunt. And General Deco, that's what you wanted to know. You wanted to know whether or not, if one of them is hunting, will they call the others to come and help them? No, generally not. If they are together in a pair or in a group, then they will, of course, cooperatively hunt. That's what lions are best at. But that's something that the prides seem to have mastered far better than the males. No, let me rephrase that. That's not fair, because, of course, the Birmingham Boys are very effective buffalo hunters. What I perhaps mean to say is that often the prides need to rely a little bit more on teamwork, because they don't have the size advantage that these males have. So when these males go charging into a buffalo herd, each one could actually take down their own buffalo and kill their own buffalo, just because they've got that much more of a size advantage. Oh, it is such a beautiful evening, and our lions aren't showing any sign of stirring. I mentioned that the scenery is stunning. Let's go and have a look at Byron's view. And what a perfect timing from your incredible sunset with Byron to our incredible Birmingham Boys. They've just started to get up. There we go, Nena leading the march. Beautiful boy. He really is stunning. We don't often get to see Nena, and he really is gorgeous. And it looks like Mfumo coming up behind him. Tino, are you the lazy one again? Yes. Bless you. Oh. Coming up to rub heads. Come on, boys. Oh, grabbing at each other's tails. Oh, perfect timing. I was worried they were going to remain completely fast asleep right up until the end. Come on, boys, roar for us. No, not urinate. Roar. Oh dear. Apparently I don't have the power to command them. Funny that. Hello, Tino. Are you up now? Coming right up next to the vehicle. Hey, boy. Oh. And, oh. Okay. False alarm, everybody. All three of them have all just lay back down again. I thought we were going to get lucky in the last few minutes of the sunset safari. I thought we were going to have them roaring. Oh, boys. There's one right next to the vehicle. How are you feeling there, Craig? Close eye on you. And then two of them up ahead in front of me. Here's Nena. I hope he doesn't disappear. I hope he doesn't leave Djuma. And then Mfumo on the right. So the three Birmingham boys, I have no doubt, if we don't hear them roaring at the end of our sunset safari, and they've only got about 60 seconds or 90 seconds in which to do so, then I would definitely watch the damn camera over the evening, because there is a very, very good chance that you're going to hear a cacophony of lions roaring, which I think is a pretty stunning way to spend an evening, don't you? I'm going to be looking forward. I hope they don't go south. I hope they come north. Oh well, we tried, and we hoped that our lions were going to give us a wonderful display of their vocal prowess, but unfortunately not. But keep watching our live safaris and join us tomorrow morning for the sunrise safari. We'll be following up on the lions, and of course, there is a chance that Karula is going to be still around. Hopefully she keeps that kill and we can see her as well. And on that note, it's time to do our goodbyes and our thank yous. Thank you, Craig. It's been a joy working with you for the first time, as well as to Kirsty and to Lou in final control.